Hello, 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 Cancers. How you guys doing this morning? Welcome, welcome. Hope everybody is doing good. Oh, what is today? Today is the 24th. We're into the full moon retro, or not the full moon retrograde. We're into actually a Pluto retrograde, heading towards that anyway. Let me just get set up here. I thought it was set up, but you guys don't want to see the top of my head, pretty much. So we're going to be doing your reading here, your intuitive tarot reading for the 26th through the 2nd of May. What that is going to tell us, though, is that we have the 26th day full moon. So for some people, it's the 26th. For some people, it's the 27th, depending on where in the world you are. All right, so that's going to bring in a lot of different energies. If you're already starting to feel a little bit emotional on a emotional roller coaster, that is the full moon, guys. It's also called a pink moon. It's also called a super moon because it's so close to the earth. It's got other names to it as well, but we're not going to go into that today. If you want to watch the full moon reading, I am going to do one on the 26th at 11 a.m. Put that on your calendars or hit the subscribe, the bell, and that will tell you when I am on. If you haven't subscribed and you do hit the bell, it'll just tell you when I'm on live for any of the readings or when I upload a new video like I just did for why is my tarot different. So you can watch that as well. So let's get started. This is the 26th through the 2nd of May for Cancers. So I hope everybody is doing good. I am a little bit lightheaded today. I think it's not only the energies of the moon. It's just a lot going on with all those planets and everything bouncing out there. My empath energies are very, very lightheaded today. And no, it's not because of my knee, for once. So let's see what we have to get started. So as you know, for those of you that have watched me, I'm pulling 3 oracles. The first one is the divine, second is the current energies, and third is pretty much the energies for the future. But this future is going to be a couple of months because that's what's going on with the planets and everything. That third card is sort of future for what's going on between the divine and the planets. So I read into both of those. So the astrology, numerology, and the intuitiveness also takes into play here. So we have our first card out for the divine. The divine's card is basically the divine's energies, wisdoms. If you have struggles, questions, anything like that, this is probably his answer or how to help you through that. And that's why it's really important to have the first card, because that is where you really should be going first for your answers, not tarot. But tarot is sort of like a telephone for intuitive people that we can actually sort of get messages through that. And that's how we do that. So we have the first card out from the divine. And the second card is our current energy. Is that 2 cards there? And then our third card for future. Ooh, this is cool. This is really, really cool. So this is actually really interesting that the divine has chosen this card, because this card is also about all 3 energies, current and future energies, because of what's happening with this full moon and the planets. It is the focus. Ooh, there's a gnat flying around. So focus being the number 6. Okay, so it could be the number 3, which is also because you got double 3s here. Whenever you see double numbers, it means you pay attention to it. But if it's 3 numbers, you really got to pay attention to it, because it's like yelling. It's sort of like the divine saying, "Hey, here's number 3." And hey, it's the number 3 twice. And it's like, hey, there's number 3 times. Would you pay attention? All right. So the number 3 is about acknowledging. Okay, acknowledgement. So we need to acknowledge that we really need to stay focused on this one here. The path is straight. However, if you look at it, there's 3 ways you can go, I think, in this one. Oh, I guess it's not. It's got the arrow. So it's sort of like start here. Today is start here, start now, and focus forward. Don't focus backwards. Don't focus that way. It also could be the number 6, because 3 and 3 is 6 in numerology. So 3 plus 3 is 6. But anyway, in numerology, it is also about our harmony and our improvement. So focusing in on what we want to improve, what we want to bring harmony to. A lot of people want it to be in relationships. So that may may come up here. So what is it that you need to focus in on? Or maybe you were asking, asking divine, well, how do I do this? How do I make this happen? How do I, I want this, but how do I get it? How do I obtain it? And that is direct focus. That's putting the horse blinders on, not paying attention to the distractions that are around you, and stay focused. That's what he is saying there. That's how you're going to get to any successful thing, anything in life. You just have to stay focused. As a business owner for so many years, I would have to put people aside and things aside that I wanted to do because I had to stay focused on the goal. The end result is what you have to stay focused in on, okay? So the current energies here for this week, for the 26th through the 2nd, is joy. Okay, and that's the number 10 in numerology. What a beautiful thing. Because whatever you're focusing in on, this is time to look forward and to obtain the rewards. And that's joy. Doesn't say happiness. Do you see the word happy there? I don't see the word happy. You know why? Because happy is earthly. Happy is first dimensional. First dimension is world. Second dimension is unseen. The paranormal, the supernatural, the divine. Okay, so that's where that is. Joy is from the heart. Happiness is from circumstantial and the world. Because happiness goes like this. Happiness comes in and out like a fart in the wind. And joy stays and is consistent. Because you can't take joy away. It's like making memories with somebody. You can't take those memories away. That is internal. Okay, if you want to call it internal happiness, call that. But most of the time it's joy. You'll hear joy, joy, joy down in my heart. Anyway, I'm not a singer. Anyway, so that's a number 10. So this is actually something that is not only, maybe there was been happiness there, that's also completing, because number 10 is something going away, but it also could be something that has been binding you not to have your joy, and it is coming, the number 1. So if it hasn't happened, it's coming, because this is a forward energy movement, number 1, okay? Our future energy for the next couple of months, guys, is partnership. Okay, and that partnership could be a friendship. It could be a business partner. It could be maybe a school projects partner. Maybe with summer coming up, there's a thesis paper or paper you have to do in a partnership. Maybe somebody's going to help you with that. Maybe there is a business partner. Maybe there's a marriage. Maybe there's a new date. Maybe there's a new relationship. Who knows? So let's see what's going to go on for Cancers. Now, Cancers, you know that it is sometimes really hard because Cancers are an awesome, awesome energy. Sometimes we get a little moody, but that's going to also be the full moon here, guys. It's going to be every single sign full moon energy because here's the thing about the energy, and I'm not going to go a lot into the full moon because I'll talk to you on that the 26th, so make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so that you can watch that, because what I do with those is I talk a lot about the energies and astrology first, and then I go into a reading. It is open. You can ask questions. You can chat. You can tell me where you're from, all that kind of stuff. But I'll go into that more on the 26th. Wonderful. See? He is really working today. And he's going to make me work because I have to bend over and stretch my leg. All right. First card out is the 9 of Cups. Awesome. You know why? Because this is what they call the wish card. I call it the ask card. Ask, A-S-K, not A. It's A-S-K. Because if we ask, we will receive. And if we don't receive, it's not in our cards. No, but it's really we're not supposed to have it for whatever reason. Doesn't mean we aren't going to have it. It just means right now we're not going to have it. Okay, but the cups are about your emotions. This is about what you want. This is what you desire. This is not a need. This is a desire. This is about matters of what's at hand and how you can make it more better and bring it to joy. So this is a phenomenal card to start out with. I love this card. Now, the thing about this card, though, the 9 of heart, or I call it hearts because if you study tarot, hearts are cups. Okay, there's hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds, and each one has theirs. Okay, so for the cups, it is the hearts. So But this is a thing about this nine of cups. This is something that you desire and want. However, it's sort of like one of those energies that you get it, you're happy about it, but then you're or joyful, whatever you want to call it, joyful about it, but then it sort of dissipates. It's sort of like when you go on that vacation that you've been dreaming of. You're so excited, you get there and it gets done and it's like, okay, it's over. It's something that I've accomplished, something that I've wanted. I've tried it. I'm happy about it. There's all joy about it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that it doesn't last. However, what's really awesome is the joy does last. Okay. So for if you're going on a vacation and you fight, well, unfortunately, that joy doesn't last, but you have not very good memories, but that's not in this case. Okay. That's not in this case. So we focus in on the joy, the higher vibrations. Okay. This partnership, whatever this is coming up in the future, this is going to be a new partnership. This is going to be like somebody's a novice. Sorry, guys. I have plants and I can't figure out which one is got gnats and it's driving me crazy. But this is going to be a new partnership of some type. So if you're not in a relationship right now, then this is probably somebody coming towards you. It's sort of like a new beginning. It's uncomfortable. Yeah, that's definitely, it's coming. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. So it is a new energy coming. This is something that maybe really needs to have some focus in on. So if you've had relationships before, thank you. If you've had relationships before, this is a new energy. Do not bring the old energies from your past into this energy. Please don't, because this is a positive, good energy. And I feel like this is a divine intervention energy. And it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable at first, just like dating usually is. If this is a relationship, if it is a partnership for business, yes, you're going to be a little bit nervous because you don't know the dynamics of everything. You don't know how you have all the answers, solutions figured out, how to start it, what to do, how to go, that kind of a thing. So you have just a little bit of a uncomfortability, but that's a good thing. This is a good thing because this is a good, positive, high energy. It's not one of those low vibrations. Oh, I don't know if I should do this. You know, what are they going to lie to me? Or are they going to be honest? Are they going to No, it's going to be all the positive. It's going to be really, okay, well, this is cool. Let's go. Let's try this. Because the Aries energies and the full moon energies in Scorpio are going to be moving forward. However, I'm not going to go into it, but there is a little bugger trying to hold back. Okay. But not for you guys. Okay. This is definitely an energy that you guys, for somebody with this new relationship or new energy coming up, this is a relationship that it's going to go really easy. It's going to be the one that you wanted. It's like, oh, are they the one? Are they the one? Because you guys could talk for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Okay. But there is something in here that is to be learned for both of you. It's like, this is such a balance. I'm going to come up with probably, I'm going to see if I come up with the 2 of Cups. That'll be really interesting if that does come up, because this is about balance. This is about helping each other. And like, for example, I met somebody that has a lot of life experience in a different way than my life experience. And I have business sense, but they also own a business, but not as much business sense really as I do, because they run their business very differently, put it that way. But they have a lot of what we call street smarts. I don't know what you call it in these older this time, but we used to call it street smarts, where you can really know how to run life by experience. And so we are teaching each other different ways and perspectives of each other's thinking. And it's really a nice balance, because if you're open to paying attention to this person, you can focus on different ways of creating solutions for problems, or looking at other people's perspectives and have better understanding. Because when you do that, you have a better partnership, better communication, better understanding. Because if he says something and I'm like, I don't know what he means by that. What does he mean by that? I will ask. What do you mean by that? And then we talk about it, we communicate about it, and it's like, oh, okay. And I can say, oh, well, that wouldn't definitely be my way of doing it, but you know what? that I can see why it works for you. Okay? So that is a really big thing. This is a big thing for somebody. And here's what the end result is, that it brings joy to both people. It brings that current energy. Because when you get respect and value something of someone else, and you share that you value that, wow, really? Oh, you know what? That's right. Or especially with men, oh, hey, that's right. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, I get that. That's really good. Lifting up is really a huge energy for anybody to bring joy to anybody. That's what's going on here. Lifting up and focusing in on those positive attributes and bringing it to a higher level. You'll be amazed at the outcome rather than trying to, well, I don't do things that way. I just don't do things that way. That's really sort of, as my mother used to say, you can get more honey, you can get more, more accomplished with honey than vinegar. And, I didn't understand it back then, but I do now. So, you want to be able to lift up and do that. Okay, so we have the two. Well, I didn't get the two of cups yet, but I got the two of wands. Two of wands is about bringing this together. Now, this is a future energy. So this future partnership is coming. So make sure you're staying focused on positive things in the meantime, because there is movement coming. There is movement here happening. This is one of the cards in the center. So it's not quite yet here. However, this is going to be a future energy that actually the divine is working on and in the process of bringing towards you, or you're going towards somebody else. And it's going to be like, wow, I really, really like this person. I like the way they think. I like the way they talk. I like the way, and you're going to have this energy where you want to keep moving forward with that energy. This is a future energy, so don't stay focused in on that, because then you'll lose your focus on what you're supposed to be doing now. Is be working on knowing yourself 100% before that person comes in, what you want, what your intents are. Because if somebody says, well, like somebody asked me, why is your tarot different than anybody else's? And that's why I did the video. And I'm like, you know what? Let me think about that. And I think about it, but I'm not sure how to articulate it. So I watch a couple other tarot people that I enjoy, and readers that I enjoy. And I'm like, oh yeah, because I do this different, this. And, so that's why. So you have to look to the future, however, stay in the now. Does that make sense? Especially stay in the now right now. All right. Okay. So this could bring a love relationship. This could bring things like that towards you. This could be not only that, it could be financial. This could be a good thing for your finances. Here's the thing. I don't feel a lot of stress in this at all, which will be really, really a good thing for you because there's not a lot of stress in that. So it will keep your health strong. Okay, healthy. Because when we add stress to our life, our health goes down. We don't see it, but it does. It's that second dimension that we think that we're all good and strong and I can handle the stress. I can handle the stress. And then I ended up in the hospital for 4 days. Even thinking that I still could handle the stress. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. But then they're doing an EKG and it's like, okay, crap, give her some nitro. I'm like, what? So we got to be really careful. I don't see that stress here. I see this as a really easy transition. Somebody's really focusing. Now, there's always going to be something, that low energy vibration that wants to come in. The three of swords. Now, don't stay focused here. Okay, so somebody might have a little molehill in the middle of this week or the middle of the next 2 weeks that may cause you a little bit of a heartache, but you got to stay focused. So if that horse on the racetrack comes out of the chute and he's running, and maybe he gets bumped by another horse, well, that might throw him off a little bit. But what does that racehorse do? Doesn't he go look and get revenge on that horse? Like, you bumped me, I'm going to be second. No, he's like, screw you, I'm going to keep going. So that's what this is. There's like something trying to distract you. Acknowledge it and move on, because whatever this beautiful energy is coming up is bringing you something amazing, because you've got first card out, 9 of Cups. This is going to be amazing for you guys. I'm excited for you. because, you know, when you can learn something from somebody and you can teach somebody something, this is really amazing. Yeah. Okay. I don't see any health issues here for anybody. There's no financial going on here. Okay. Okay. So for somebody, though, they really have to focus in on their work. As soon as I say I don't see financials, what happens? It comes up. We do have to stay focused in on our work, because what we're working on, what we're in the center of, we're actually almost there. However, we're not quite there yet. So take a break, take a breather. If you're tired, take a breather. If you're a little stressed out, to say, hey, you know what? I've got to step back for a second, figure things out, because it's going to be just fine. Okay, this is about your potential ambition. We do get tired when we start to go through that, but look at this though. And maybe you need to think about a partnership with somebody if you're trying to do it all on your own. But this is amazing. This is amazing energy. So if you're in the middle of like, I'm just so tired, I don't want to do this anymore, hang on. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. Because we have, right before this, we have the World. And then for the second time, we have Wands. Okay. So the World. So let me tell you about the World a little bit in this scenario, because I can see somebody, because the World came right after this here. Okay. So there's two things about this for somebody. This is going to depend, what you want and what you receive is going to depend on how you think. This is going to be really important in how you think and how you process. Because what's going to happen for one of you is you're going to process and you're going to talk to yourself, or you're going to talk to friends, and you're going to miss an opportunity because you're going to stay stuck and keep doing that old cycle over and over and over and over again. Okay. And because the World actually is sort of a completion, we have the rule 21 we have to acknowledge, but it is also a circle of completion, but it is also a circle of, you know what, if you don't fix the broken wheel, it's just going to keep doing the same thing over. Thump, 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 thump. But if you fix that broken wheel and you move forward and you forget about what's back here, that wheel gets fixed and it can move smoothly and keep moving forward. I don't know why they use that scenario. Somebody's got to understand that, because that just came out of nowhere. That was a download. So for somebody, it's going to be a really good thing. You're going to stay focused. You're going to stay focused on moving forward. You're going to get that lesson. Ooh, thank you. You're going to get the lesson that you just went through because it was painful. Okay. And you're going to say, you know what, not doing that again, or not letting that person in again. I'm never going to date that kind of a person again, or whatever. But just never say never, because sometimes when we say never, then the divine brings that person back into your life just to see and test you if you're really true. Happened to me many times, until I really got it. So stay focused on the positive, moving forward, keeping your standards high, keeping your boundaries high. And that's same for work. This is same for work. For somebody, you really need to stay focused on something that you enjoy. Thank you. So they're saying really focus in. So we have the number 10 and number 7. This is about focusing in on a position in your job or your work, or if you're going to school, what your career is going to be, in something that you really enjoy, something that you will not just tolerate and say, oh my God, I'm going to this job again this morning. If you're in that kind of position, this is a time to really refocus. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the planets are saying that this is a time of death and rebirth, death and rebirth, death and rebirth, death and rebirth. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So we got to stay focused on what this is that brings us joy and shoot for it, because your first card out is what you want. And it's like, but Pat, you said that it's something that we want, but it dissipates. What is it about a job or a career that you get and you're excited when you finally get it? You're in there, yes, I got the job, I'm in here, great. Well, and then that dissipates because now you got to learn some new things. You got to learn, you've got to educate yourself. And then it becomes very, very joyful because you're doing something that you want. I'll tell you right now, the leather work that I do now, when I bought the company, it was freaking hard work because I had so much to learn as an entrepreneur. But over the years, it brought me joy because it's something that I was doing that I loved, and it completed something that I really, really wanted to do. So when you do something that you really enjoy, it's not work. But don't stay in the pain of the negative low vibrations. Don't stay there. That's for somebody. I don't see any health issues here on this reading. I see that everybody has got, somebody is thinking about their future. Well, this would be probably, I don't know, there's not very many older people in my viewers. However, this looks like somebody is thinking about their future, thinking about what they want to do with their future, how they're going to handle it, what they're going to do with it. Okay. Maybe thinking about, if I had a husband, like we could support each other, depend on each other. We just had this talk with my daughter and I this morning. It's helpful to have that, but I don't see that. I don't see really marriage in this reading. However, I do see that there could be a potential, a dating thing. Okay. I do see that whatever it is that you are wanting and desiring is coming to fruition. So hang on, be patient. Really, and I will say that the number one thing Divine is saying is focus, focus, focus. Because this is what's bringing you harmony and improvement. That's the number 6. And when you have joy, you reach fulfillment. That's the number one fulfillment. It's not happiness, it's joy. It's number one fulfillment in your life. And what do you have to do to get there? Sometimes sacrifice. Sometimes we go through pain. Sometimes we have to give up something. But when we get there, it's all worth it. Sort of like having a baby. Why would you go there? So they're saying like having a baby. And I'm like, somebody is on the other side must be really like having babies. But the thing is that you go through all the pain, you go through the swelling of the legs, you go through all the morning sickness, you go through all the birthing issues. And, for men, you're lucky you don't have to go through all this stuff. Be happy that you have a wife or girlfriend and don't take them for granted that they go through this because it is AT double toothpicks. But when you actually give birth to that baby, the ultimate joy that you can actually produce a miracle of another human being and nobody else can do it but you, female. Amazing. Okay, so let's see what the planets are saying here. So again, full moon is, you're gonna just hang on to the side railings of that boat because the water is going to get bumpy for the next about until the May. Well, actually, let's see, the 26th, maybe about 30th, April 30th. So, wide open, yes. Your choices, your focus can be wide open on something. You really want to stay wide open on that focus. However, be careful of the distractions. I keep hearing the word distractions. Download, distractions. And I'm like, okay, I got it. Put the blinders on, the horse blinders on, and ignore what's going on around you. Just focus in on what you want to have to bring your want. This is not a need time. This is what you want and desire time. Divine saying, what do you want? What do you desire? Just remember to ask specifically. I am going to do a video on, if you never talk to the divine or even know if the divine is there, I am going to do a video on how to ask. There isn't a real way to ask, but a lot of people, I don't even know how to start. And so there is sort of a little bit of a way that you do have to ask, or it doesn't even begin to manifest. All right, because there's a couple of things that are sort of out there. So I might be doing just a little short, maybe 10-minute video on that, and I'll let you know. If you haven't subscribed, hit the bell, and then you'll know when that is coming up. I'll probably do that this coming week. All right. Because it's really important, because you would have so much more in your life if you just did these few little things. But you got to trust in him. That's the biggest thing. All right. You got to trust in him, because if you don't trust, then what's the point? If you don't believe in the second dimension, I don't even know why you're watching tarot, to be honest. All right. Okay. So we have, for the planets and the moon right now, we have wide open spaces, which is the number 6, which is again about harmony improvement. This is about what you're asking. What are you asking? This is about the number 5. This is novice to somebody. This is brand new to somebody. This is again, a rebirthing, that they're going to try this. They're going to be brand new at it. I can see somebody just brand new. They're very nervous because it's the number 5 energy. So we've got wide open. What is it that you want? What is it you desire? What is it you really, really want in life? And if you don't know, this is a time to start asking, because this is the beginning. This is a rebirthing in energy. This is a time we can just do a video. If somebody says, I don't even know what I want, how do I go? How do I figure out what I want? We could sit down and do a video. I can do a live video if you want, and chat and ask questions and things like that. That is something that I'm open to do. I just don't have any requests to do it yet. But if we do have requests to do it, then put it in the comments, and I would definitely be glad to do one. All right. So this is a new type of feeling. It's a new energy. So it is not something that you're familiar with, and that's okay. Okay. And the field of dreams, the number 3, acknowledging everything that you want to do and stay focused on the joy, the end result. This is the planets. This is the moon. Because with the moon in Scorpio, there's going to be some pushback. However, I'll go into the other planets and everything, and why you want to keep moving forward on that, because you really want to focus in on something here that to work together. I'll tell you one thing about 2 things before I leave. Is the thing is that, here in the United States, if I've gone to other cultures, I've lived in another culture, is the thing about United States is we're a people that like to work individually. Okay. And a lot of the times we look at others and we say, well, why can they obtain several businesses and several houses? And, this is different cultures, and they can do this here, and they're in the United States. And how can they do this? And how can they get that? And how do they drive Mercedes and BMWs and all that kind of stuff? Because they don't do it alone. So in a lot of cultures, the families pull together and do one thing for one person, then they pull together for the next person in the family. They want to own a business, they want to go to school, whatever. And same in Africa, same in Japan, same in almost every culture that I've gone to, that they do things in not only a partnership, but a community. Whereas in the United States, we want to do everything individually. And so we are behind in a lot of the things that we do personally, because we don't want to come together and do something as a partnership or a community because of the way that people think here. So we end up falling behind. So just understand that you can learn more in a partnership. You can do more in a partnership. But in the United States, if you're going to do a partnership or do anything with community, definitely have a lawyer draw up the papers, because it's not like any other culture that a handshake means as much as signing a paper. Very different. All right. So I'm going to go off onto a different level, but you have your dreams. You can have this. Just stay focused, guys. Stay focused. And this is also about your love life. This is about your health. This is about your finances. Really stay focused. If you've set a goal, don't go off track. And if somebody tries to get you off track, put them aside for a minute and say, you know what? I'm paying attention to what I need to do because I'm moving forward. All right. That's your reading, Cancers. You've got a lot to unpack here. You might want to go back and if it didn't resonate with you, maybe somebody popped into your head, send it and share this with them, because maybe there's a lot of videos that I have for free that might even help them to get through their focus. Because one thing that I am a master at is perseverance and resilience in getting to that end goal. So if that's something you guys need help with, please just put it in the comment section and I will help you with that. All right. I hope you guys have a great week. Don't forget to watch the the new moon video. If you haven't watched that before the full moon, you'll be able to understand all these energies and how things are going as well. We'll see you on the 3rd, if not on the 26th at 11 a.m. for the full moon reading. Please subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll know when I'm on. Or don't forget to like and share. Likes are really, really important for us YouTube creators, so please hit your like if you've watched this far. Thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye, guys.